Okay guys, hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while I've posted. I think today is the 1st of July. In the past months I have been working on establishing and becoming someone who can, how can I say, make those consistent profits in the market. I'm presently in the office and I told myself before coming here that I had to make a video. So this will be the first part of the video. When I get home, I'll record the second part. Okay, so in the past month or 2 months, I don't know, I have been came with a setup, basically a setup I've been using before. All I did this time around was like had to go through different processes. The first was eliminating the avoiding loss stereotype. The second was flawless execution of one strategy for over 100 trades. So for the first time in over 4 years of trading, I've traded one strategy for over 100 setups. Not like over, exactly 100 setups. Today I took the last trade after I took it yesterday and hit TP today. And when I will review the track record with you guys, I will get to talk more. Apart from that, I'm going to give you guys a simple baseline on how I got to that. I'll give you guys, okay, apart from that, I'll give you guys a few tips, a few mental approaches that helped me come up to this level where I am right now. And the first was the acceptance of the 80-20 rule, which is a basic rule that out of 100 or out of a sample space or out of whatever you have, you probably use just 20% of them. And when you look at most trading strategies, you realize that many a times the win rate is between 30% to 20%, most likely 30% to 50%, 60%, if I'll be honest. And with that acceptance, I had to give myself a good sample space, a simple edge, and I took the 100 trades. And I went for a 1:5 because if we were to accept that only 20 trades will give us the wins we need to go for a 1:5. That's the first point and first move, the first foundational idea that helped me, that got me through this past month with what I was doing. The second point was the 100 trade sample space. I did that most importantly. I'm using my arm, so okay, for the 100 trade sample space, I did it most importantly to you follow one strategy for as long as I could. After all, in my books, I always talk about the 100 trade sample space and which kind of mentor or which kind of leader will I be to you guys if I can't do that for myself. So I did it, and after doing that, I had the results were an interesting one, and I will talk more about it when I'm doing the screen recording. And it was essential because it helps you realize that truly you need to stick to one strategy for as long as possible. Then with that, you can get data to see how you can improvise and move better in the next steps and the next phases. Okay, yes, exactly. So with the 100 trade sample space, you know what works and what doesn't work. Okay, yes, and yeah, so most importantly, one of the things I was focusing on was perfect execution. In doing that challenge, I realized that because the first step for me was to eliminate the stereotype of trying to avoid losses. Because in trying to avoid losses, you give yourself bigger stop loss sizes and, let's say, smaller TPs. So personally, I had to take my losses fast, and whenever I'm winning, 5R. And it was a good experience from my side, and it will definitely help along the line. And to be very sincere with you guys, I expect this year to be a breakout. Like, I expect this year to be the start of an amazing journey. I'm talking financial wise, trading results wise. I'm talking like sort of a new era, and I'll keep you guys posted to that. Apart from that, I think anything else I have to say, I will say it while I'll be recording the video. Because in the video, I'll just go through the 100 trades, You will see the trade report, you will see what works, what doesn't work, and most amazingly, you realize that it was three setups, I mean, three pairs that like carried my trading for the past 100 trades. Those three pairs cover up for like so many losses from useless pairs, and we'll talk more about that when I do the recording. Just had to do this video, and when I'll be doing the recording, we'll conclude on everything. I got a 5K account, and presently I'm down, I think 0.2% whatever, and I expect to pass phase 1, phase 2, get the funded account, get a 100K funded account, and only up, only up, only up, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll keep you guys posted on everything. And yeah, boy is up and grateful as usual. You guys should take care, and see you when I'm recording and I'm going through the trade report for the past 100 trades. Peace. Okay guys, so this is basically the track record I have for the 100 trades. As you guys can see, gross loss was $3,400, gross profit was $3,000. It's mad, right? And my account is presently down, let's just say $900. Maximum drawdown was 14%, given the fact I was risking 0.5% per trade. So basically we could say that like 28 losing trades like in a row. I say that just to like expect the worst, and it's a reminder that it's good to have a good sample space when trading. Okay. Commissions alone, $525 in commissions. That's interesting. Guys, what are the odds randomly and just perfectly executing? The stats are showing 50 longs and 50 shorts. That's interesting. That's very interesting. 100 manual trading, that's basically 100 trades taken. My win rate 32%, winning trades 32 trades. This is basically the equity curve for each pair, Euro USD, Euro JPY, with the good pairs, the pairs that. So basically, what fascinates me about all of this is that out of all the pairs I was trading, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs literally are what I'm even saying 5, but it's actually Euro USD, Euro JPY, and GJ that did the highest weightlifting. And that's why after the results and the statistics in my new system, I only create the top 3 pairs. I mean, like, it's crazy the amount of losses that they were carrying on their back, to only end up being, I think it's $500 or $800 in a loss, You can see profit factor by symbols for Euro USD is 1.78, Euro JPY 1.73, GJ 1.21. Euro USD could have been more than this. I remember during the sample space, I missed some trades on Euro USD. Not that I missed them, I couldn't take them because I was already in other pairs that were even losing me money, As you guys can see, look at the number of pairs that like are traded. I mean, these pairs, I'm going to screen record my MT5 for you guys to see the number of losses. It was mad. So basically, the whole point here is to show you guys that out of all the pairs are traded, you guys can see right here. Out of all the pairs are traded, Euro USD PJPY and UOJPY were the heavy lifters, and yeah. So one key thing I want you guys to realize here is the fact that these three pairs, I mean it, these three pairs literally did all the heavy lifting. I mean, all the other pairs were eating off their profits, and I still ended up only down 800. So you can imagine if I traded only these three pairs and took all the trades that came up without having to miss them, because I was in losing pairs. So basically, my new edge is just basically a foundation step from this experience, and so far so good, looks amazing, and I expect this to be the beginning of an amazing journey. So I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll see how my journey goes forward. And most importantly, guys, I'm telling you guys, like, three pairs, it was an amazing experience. Just seeing how just those three pairs, like, I was like, imagine if I traded only these three pairs, this account could have been in a different situation. And one of the reasons why I did this challenge was because I realized that following the Pareto principle, which is that by out of 100 of whatever, only 20% gives the results that are expected, or the fruitful results. So with that in consideration and with that in mind, I did this challenge, and I realized that the 20% for me was these three pairs. And so what you now do is you eliminate everything else and stick to only what works. That's as basic as that, and so far I'm already seeing good results. Yes, with the 1:5 again, it's amazing. Like, guys, anyways, very simple edge, 4-hour engulfing this space within the trading hours. I enter, my stop loss is my 4-hour each side divided by 3, TP is 5R. After the next 4-hour candle closes, if I'm more than 1:1, I go break even, rinse and repeat, guys. So that's basically it. Alright, guys, you guys should take care. I'll screen record my losses so you guys can have a view of what it was like. And yeah, catch you guys in the next video. Peace. It's your boy in the building.